Well, let's return to our top story now. The Syrian Prime Minister's announcement that he has defected from President Assad's government. A short time ago, Riad Hijab spokesman Mohamad al-Itri made this statement on his behalf.
Today, I declare to the masses of the Syrian people that I have defected from the terrorist, murderous regime and joining the Holy Revolution. And I declare that from today, I am a soldier of this Holy Revolution. May Syria and the Syrian live on free and defiant.
Well, there have now been 41 political and military defections from among President Assad's ranks. And Riad Hijab is the most high-profile yet, having been Prime Minister for just 2 months. Well, in March, Brigadier General Manaf Tlass defected. He's the highest-ranking military official to leave and the only one of Assad's inner circle. General Mohamad Faris also had enough. He was one of Syria's high-ranking intelligence officers and the country's first man in space. Well, Syria's first senior diplomat announced his defection in July. Nawaf al-Faris was Assad's ambassador to Baghdad and a close friend of the president. He's been followed by Syria's charge d'affaires to both Cyprus and London. Well, Robert Fisk joins us now from Beirut. He's the foreign correspondent for the Independent newspaper. Robert, an extraordinary turn of events with the news of Riad Hijab's defection. First of all, Robert, what's your assessment of the significance of this?
Well, it's a symbolic blow, and a very serious symbolic blow to the president. It's not a body blow for him because, once again, like all the other defectors, he's a Sunni Muslim. He's not an Alawite. This is not an across-the-board defections. By and large, the defections, in fact, all of them have been Sunni Muslims, as one might have expected. Where it is a body blow is to the Ba'ath Party idea that the government is not Alawi. It belongs to all the communities of Syria. And what we've seen, of course, is defection after defection, whether it be Manaf Tlass or today Mr. Hijab, always Sunnis. And that, in a sense, is a crack in the foundation of the Ba'ath Party monolith of, however much we know it's governed in effect by the Alawi minority, of all communities being one within the government. That's the body blow, but not actually to the president because, as we know, the Prime Minister never really had a very serious job and never really has had a very serious job in Damascus. And hence, of course, President Bashar al-Assad was able to appoint another Prime Minister, this time from Tartus area, within a few hours.
Robert, the story is moving thick and fast. We're just hearing now from the Reuters news agency that he's somewhere in Jordan, but he's now heading to Qatar. Is there any significance in that?
Well, the rumour mill that I'm hearing in phone calls to Damascus is a conspiracy, you see, that in fact he was paid and now he's going off to see his paymaster to defect. Qatar being very wealthy and indeed looking after Al Jazeera television as we speak. That is the conspiracy theory. Look, Qatar is driving this revolution along with Saudi Arabia with money and paying for weapons. The counter-revolution, if you like, against Bashar, or the revolution itself, is being effectively funded by good old Qatar and good old Saudi Arabia, isn't it? I use the good old in a slightly ironic sense. Of course he'll go to Qatar. That is where the revolution is being funded from, and anyone who goes to Qatar will undoubtedly announce that they're becoming soldiers in the Holy Revolution.
Robert, by all accounts, it was a carefully planned operation by the Free Syrian Army to get him out of Damascus. Hijab says he's now going to join the ranks of the revolution. What sort of role is he likely to play, and what sort of trust will they put in him at all?
It depends how much he's paid, doesn't it? Well, number one, I can't exactly see him wielding an RPG-7 or a Kalashnikov in the streets of Aleppo or Damascus. He'll be another person to join one of the many different transitional governments that are setting themselves up in Cairo and Istanbul and other places. Remember, the opposition is very divided. You've also got to remember, however, and just look at the rather weak excuses from the authorities in Damascus. Hijab himself has been claiming that 2 months ago, through his spokesman, of course, he was told, become the Prime Minister or be executed, which I think is a bit of a long story. But the government itself in Damascus said, oh, he was sacked from his job last night. That's why he left. I don't really think, I mean, if you believe that he was sacked from his job last night, then you believe in Father Christmas and fairies at the bottom of your garden. This whole story, of course, is surrounded by bodyguards of lies, to quote Winston Churchill. But the guy has gone. It is another very serious blow. I'm sure he is on his way to Qatar. And of course, one wonders what Bashar al-Assad is saying as he walks up and down the floors of his palace this afternoon.
All right, Robert Fisk there in Beirut. Robert, thank you.